hello.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you're listening to this broadcast. And hello, Sacramento.
Hello,
And
world.
Facebook live streaming. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I'm excited.
I'm
This
always
weekend
excited.
is our
Yeah.
big event, right? The Design It course. I can't wait.
Yeah, the
wait.
enthusiastic fans have been really going for it. I
I'm
love it.
telling you, I can't wait to share some time with folks that have been listening to us on the 105.5 Money Talk here in the Now. And I'm excited for this weekend to be able to share knowledge and wisdom on how to take their businesses to the next level.
Yeah, and congratulations to you guys. A lot of you took action before the show was even over. So, I mean, that's people who are really going to go after some change in their business.
And if you're listening for the first time and not sure, what it is that we have a 3-day boot camp that we do that's a total of $3,000 in value, and we have a couple tickets that we've reserved to give away. It's one of our ways of giving back. And you can go to designitcourse.com and design it, and you use a promo code DESIGNIT105 when you register, and you get free tickets, absolutely free for 2 people.
Yeah, so this is kind of our way of giving back to all our listeners, all the support that's been out there. And, we just want to share as much of this course as we can. And obviously, we want to grow the course. And the more people that come, the more masses we're going to touch, the more people that are going to be successful in our neighborhoods and in our area around us.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward. I always love doing this event because the transformation. You see the people come in, they don't know that they can do sales funnels as easy as they can, or what even sales funnels are, or how to position in social media, all that stuff. They're just not sure what to do, and you watch that transformation over the weekend, and they leave knowing exactly what type of sales funnel, what they're going to offer, how much, and what the value ladder is, how to identify their wow client. I mean, all this stuff that they're going to go through. So if you're out there and want to spend the weekend with us, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, go to Design It Course, designitcourse.com, and use the promo code DESIGNIT105 to attend for free.
Yeah, and one of the things that really resonates the most with me for this course is, if you'll see in some of the testimonials, you'll see people talking about how they fell in love with their business again and how they've finally reset themselves back to a starting point they can grow from, is people forget the why we started the business, why we're doing this radio show, why we do this course, why we get up in the morning and go into our 9 to 5 or our 6 to 6 or 6 to midnight, whatever it is you're working. Maybe some of you are doing the 4-hour work week. More power to you. That's what we're trying to teach, is gain that life, live the life that you want. Remember why you started that business. And like today's guest, just rock your gift. I mean, if you're good at what you do, rock it.
Yeah.
Take it, monetize it, make sure that it works for you, because one of the things that I see the most is people forget that they are their business.
Yep.
And when they get to go home, they get to be themselves, right? But when you're out, you're a business. You're running, you're a business. You're a coach, you're a business. You own a restaurant, you're a business.
Yeah, your brand.
Yeah, you are a brand.
Yeah.
And we talk about that all the time in here, and there's always that piece where you forget about your why. And my why is you guys. The business owners, the listeners. My why is my wife, Veronica, and my little daughter, Journey, and my son, Mason, and Maddox that are out there. And Journey, I know you're listening today because you're always listening. Hi, Journey. Love you. Daddy loves you.
She's jumping up and down.
She's like, wait a minute, is that my dad on the radio again? And I love you too, honey. You guys are my why, and you're the reason why I want to help more people, and that's why we give away these tickets to Design It, because every time we invite 20 more people to Design It, we have 10 more people into our mentorship group, and then 10 more referrals from those 20 people, and pretty soon the course is going to be over 300 people. That's been going on here in Sacramento for years. And our biggest course yet has been about 125, and most averages around 40 to 50 people in the course, which keeps it very intimate. But we're going to start sharing this on a bi-monthly basis. So catch this February 9th, 10th, and 11th by going to designitcourse.com and using the promo code MONEY105. And come join us. If you don't have anything going on this weekend, stop by tomorrow and jump in.
It's Design It 105.
Design It 105.
Design It 105. We want to make sure you got the right code. And if you have any issues, you can always reach out to us on Facebook or just call the number on the site. So we've got, a lot of great stuff happening. And it's, the thing is it's not just for existing business. If you're thinking about being in business, or have a desire to inspire, you definitely want to attend this event with us this weekend. We'll knock 5 to 10 years off your learning curve quickly.
Oh yeah.
So, and I mean, like I said, it's intimate. It's almost a private mastermind, and and part of what this show today is identifying your special gift, and we're going to be talking here soon. We're going to have a great gentleman join us, Sean Stewart. We're going to be talking about 3 keys to standing out and attracting raving fans and clients you love, right? Which is like our wow client, where you pick up the phone and you're just excited to talk to them.
Yeah, you see them on your calendar and you're like, oh, it's going to be an amazing day today. I'm starting off with great clients coming in. I have great business people walking through my door. We're going to rock your gift. So today's show is really about, taking that gift, monetizing it, and rocking it. Not just sitting around and walking through the paces, not just making business happen, actually living for it so that you can have your life.
Well, I think you said it early on, the very first thing, whether you're a salesperson for a company, if you're working for a company, if it's your business, you are the brand. You bring the brand to the company. They buy based on the trust, like, and knowledge that they find in you. Yeah. Right. And then if your product or service is a good value, then it's a no-brainer that they want to do business. So really locking you as that expert and positioning yourself in today's world, and especially with social media, being an influencer in this market is critical for business, because it attracts more people to you, which is something we teach. We have that Instant Authority Now course that we teach, and how to position it. But it also reduces the sales cycle.
Yeah.
And less objections, because you've out there positioning yourself as that expert.
Nobody wants to be sold anymore.
No.
People want to go to what they want, just like we want you to have what you want in life. But if we try to sell you on what you want, it's not going to work for you. People are tired of that old mentality of the salesman that chases them down and tries to get them into a product they don't want. They want to feel your vibe and join your tribe.
Yeah, they the thing is if they like what you do and you're putting out a lot of content, then they want to be around you. They want to be part of your tribe. And so
the world has shifted. People want knowledge now. They want to learn how to leverage it.
Well, and it's so much easier to go find it.
Yeah.
Right? If you have a product, it's so much easier to go find information about the product, what kind of pricing you could get, who's got it better, look at the type of testimonials, if it's on Yelp and different places. So you really, to be a leader of your product or business, you've really got to put that content out there.
Yeah, like today's guest going to tell us, rock your gift.
He's going to show
your gift.
Yes, I can't wait. So we'll be back here with Sean Stewart. Stay tuned as we talk about Rock Your Gift here on Money 105.5, and Mike Driggers, Brandon Heinz on In the Now.
Welcome back. In the Now with Mike Driggers and Brandon Heinz. And we have a special guest for you today named Sean Stewart. Sean, are you on the line?
I am right here, guys.
Yeah, let's share a little bit with the audience. Thanks for joining us. Sean Stewart is a transformational business coach. He's been a sales trainer, and he's a speaker who helps mission-driven entrepreneurs actualize their best self and build lucrative, lifestyle-friendly businesses. And he's, what's interesting, he's got this background in poetry and songwriting. He's been an artist. And Sean brings like this fresh approach to the transformational and business industry, infusing his events and workshops with live music and spoken word poetry and freestyle rapping.
And rapping, that's one to definitely throw in the bunch.
I know. So I think he's gonna rap Rock Your Gift today. So let's welcome to the call, Sean. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for being on the call with us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an absolute pleasure.
Yeah. So we're excited. How do we rock our gift? You talk about helping people to stand out and amplify their X factor. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, for me, I was studying under Tony Robbins, under Brendan Burchard, under Lisa Sasevich. I was going to events. I was investing in myself. I was out to be the best coach ever, and I was like, I had that eye of the tiger. Like I wanted to be the Kobe Bryant in the industry. And I went and did everything I could. I studied and worked hard, and I attracted clients, and I did a lot of great things, achieved great things, and stood on stages with great people and et cetera. But I found myself at a certain point feeling like I just wasn't really inside of my business. I was a derivative of all these people I had studied before. And where was I? I had this background in music, this background in transformation, this background in being able to share my gifts from stage as a poet and just get standing ovations, just crushing it, freestyle rapping, whatever it was. And none of that was inside of my business. And, I remember going to events and I would be like, I'd make a great offer and people would, buy, but there'd be people who come up to me and be like, I get it, but I'm already in so-and-so's program. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm just another one of these people doing it. And it just didn't feel right. And so at a certain point, I made a decision that I needed to integrate that part of me into it. I had to stop being ashamed of the poet, the rapper, and thinking that it was unprofessional or whatever, and start to actually share that in my marketing and really, put my gifts into my business. And the second I did that, I started polarizing people. And some people loved it, and some people hated it. And it changed the game because I suddenly was attracting those kinds of clients that I friggin' loved. It was the people I want to hang out with, not just people I want to pay me. And so my business exploded from that point. And I'm just really on this mission to really inspire people to stop compartmentalizing and share their whole self inside of their business. So that's really what that's all about.
Yes, that's amazing, Sean. I mean, I had an epiphany similar to that where I realized that I didn't want to be a duplicate. And I kind of got it from Gary Vaynerchuk. He's always out there saying, don't copy, go out there, live your life, do your thing. So when you say rock that gift and amplify that X factor, my first mentor said to me, if you're yourself and you're true, you're going to have fun and you're going to laugh and you're going to work with these clients and they're going to succeed because they're your wow clients. The ones that you attract by teaching what you learned, they're not going to go all the way with you. They're going to join some other course. They're going to learn that twice. And a lot of them are never going to leverage any of that knowledge they learned. But if you're true and authentic and they're attracted to you, you will grow with them so much faster.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right on the money.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing I think I learned early on. Sean, you and I have a very similar background, although I don't rap. I maybe beatbox.
You try to rap.
Right. That's about it. But it wasn't until I was having a hard time because I've always been motivated to help people and teach and what I've learned over the years and having an advertising agency and teaching marketing principles and things of that nature. But I always found myself like being a duplicate of someone else. And it wasn't until I had that same epiphany that once I started identifying what's my true gifts, like what did I do that made me so special, and that's how we came up with the Instant Authority now, and and so it's so true. I think that a lot of times people try to be something because they don't feel that they truly have that gift. But I can sit down with somebody and in 20 minutes pull out some very unique gifts that they have that no one else has because no one's the same.
Right. Yeah, and that's that old school, the breakdown between the two, the coach and the mentor, right? A coach learns all this stuff and then teaches it. A mentor is someone who lived it and then takes what they've learned and takes their personality and actually starts bringing that to other people to see how it fits them. Now, you talk about helping your clients become unapologetic.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean, and how do they do that?
Well, I think what it really means is that, I often ask people if they've ever put, and I wonder if you guys have, ever, about to post something on Facebook and actually, stopped yourself because you were afraid of the reaction that you might get, negative reaction, et cetera. Have you guys ever had that moment?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Am I being too real in this post?
Right. Like, are people going to think I'm just like venting negative stuff? And so it's like there's this fear, I think, that people have to say this thing that they feel really charged up about. And to me, that's the thing that needs to be said. That's the thing that people are waiting for you to say. It is sometimes going to be perceived from a few different people as negative. But the thing is, it's not negative. It's sometimes we have to share something, and it comes from a place where you've gone through something, you've experienced something, you stand on a soapbox, and you say, this is what I don't stand for, and this is what I do stand for, and it polarizes. And that's the thing about being unapologetic, is that you stop being this people pleaser. You stop being this person who's living your life or running your business in such a way in which it's all about how you can basically fit in and get approval. And instead, you step into this place and saying, this is what I believe in. And in that place, you start to get the real people who finally see you for are, which is like what we all really want to be attracting anyway. But there's just so much of kind of putting this false image out that gets us the wrong people, you know?
Yeah, I totally understand. We teach a piece of our Design It course called The Perfect Client, where we actually want you to write down everything that was good about that client and what they gained and what they might have lost, and just really bring to the mindset into your conscious mind, these are the people that I want to work with. Not all the ones that keep coming my way, these ones.
Yeah, you know, you're not going to get everybody, but you're going to get the right people.
Yeah.
When you start positioning yourself that way. And so, you know,
and all of us are now learning that too. So,
yeah.
I mean, even right now, that new book, Crushing It, that Vaynerchuk put out, he has a whole section about, you know, stand up for yourself and know what you're going to do. You're going to face all of these things where you don't want to post something. Someone's not going to like you. A critic's going to say something. And it's just, you've got to be able to brush that off and realize that I'm truly who I am. And the people who enjoy my vibe are going to join my tribe.
Yeah, you know, I love that. Sean, I actually have this game now. Like, I look for how many trolls I can attract. You know, it's more and more we're getting, you know, some of these, and they, you know, I think they feel empowered because they want to try to correct you or do something to try to knock you off your pedestal. And it's funny. I watch some of this stuff, and now it's become a game.
And all of us know that that's a mindset that they have, and it's actually a good piece to actually have come out in a live event. Well, that's actually the limiting belief we want to talk about next.
Yeah, exactly. Trolls. So you were originally trained by Tony Robbins, is that right?
Yes, I was. I mean, I was trained in Tony's technologies. I wasn't sitting next to Tony and learning directly from him. I did go through a lot of his personal trainings, but no, I was trained in a coach training program that basically taught me the core technologies underneath, really the central stuff that Tony does, where he gets up there and he transforms somebody in, you know, in his live events in 45 minutes, goes from suicide to like, I'm going to change the world. Like, that's something I have mastered, that transformational element of taking the core patterns that block somebody from who they really are trying to be, and basically get those to, you know, collapse and replace them with empowering ones so they can move in the direction of their dreams. So that's kind of the central skill set that, you know, my coaching is based on.
Now, I've been doing the same thing with neuroscience and really digging deep in the transformational piece. So from your perspective, how is that training impacting your clients' lives?
Well, what it's doing is it's changing the synapses in their mind so that the thing that they consciously say they want is the same thing that they subconsciously want. Because, you know, we all have that experience where we're like, you know, I want this goal, but it's not happening. And so many times people don't realize it's because they don't actually want it on the subconscious level, but they can't get inside there to figure out how to change it because there's no normal communication lines. And so the work I'm doing is basically helping people create that communication line with that subconscious mind. And then, you know, what I'm finding is my clients' businesses are exploding because they're going towards the things that they want now, and they're not stopped. Like, whether it's fear of visibility, you were just talking about limiting beliefs, and I work with a lot of women entrepreneurs, and it's the fear of, you know, basically being harmed in essence by being up there in the spotlight in one way, shape, or form. And that kind of thing, when they want to be, you know, the leader in their space, but they've got this fear that being in the spotlight is going to cause them harm, that conflict needs to be, you know, fixed. And so that's exactly what I do. I fix that and get them so they can step into that spotlight and be ready to just really own who they are.
Yeah, so you're basically getting them to let go of the limiting belief structure that's no longer suiting them anymore.
I love Glenn Elfman on Facebook Live. He says, when you ask why, right, he's heard that when you ask that, you first ask why, it becomes much easier to answer how, right? And so, Glenn, thanks for sharing that on there. You know, and I love
Glenn,
that.
you're right. So the how is going to happen.
Yeah, no matter what.
But when you can actually find out why you're not doing it, or why you should be doing it, that once you uncover that limiting belief that's no longer suiting you in your life, because every single belief comes from an experience you've had. And you guys have heard me say this before. You collect every age you've ever been. So at my age right now, every 3-year-old, 7-year-old age, 9-year-old, they're all still in me. And somewhere along that line, a belief structure was set in place that may stop me from doing something in the future. And how this kind of stuff has helped me with my clients is finding where that belief structure started and realizing it no longer suits. Like you said, collapsing those synapses to merge to the new me where I'm at now and allowing more change in my life. So hands down that you've got this down, because I really truly feel a lot of the coaches out there are really just trying to push through the mindset versus trying to make the change patterns happen.
I agree. I see it all the time. And I mean, I have coaches who do that. And I'm like, you need to help this come out of me. Like, it's just going to tell me what to do. It's not just like, barrage me with information and I'm going to suddenly change. It's like, I need your help to really uncover this. And I find that coaches don't listen enough.
Yeah,
that's one of the
exactly.
things that I'm all about. I'm just like, I do not diagnose until I see the picture so clearly that I can see the client through their eyes. And then I go, boom, this is what, this is where we're at. What is this, and ask some powerful questions from that perspective to get that change to happen.
Yeah, you're 100% right. If you're a coach out there and you're listening and you want to work better with clients, it's much better to be curious.
Yeah.
It's so much better just to be curious and to find out, like, OMG, how could this really be the belief structure?
Yeah, be like a private investigator.
Yeah,
right?
and then once you've got all that information, the curiosity has really got you to where you understand what's happening, then you just got to take a second and say, okay, now I have the tools to help this person.
Yeah, you know what direction, and then make that transformation.
And I mean, we're going to go to break in a second, but I mean, after reviewing this and kind of researching you when you took the show audition and basically agreed to come on here, I love what you've been going through, the training that you've had, the people that you're able to help, this new course you have, Rock Your Gift. And I believe you guys can check it out at rockyourgift.com.
Yep.
You're really going to make some huge impact in people's lives, and that's what this show's about. We're trying to bring as much change for as many people as possible. So right after our producer's saying, we're going to break in a minute, but Sean, when we come back, we want to deep dive with you a little bit more.
Yeah, I want to hear a rap.
Great.
Yeah, I want to hear you rap too. In the Now
Always
with Mike
ready.
Driggers and Brandon Hines and special guest Sean
Stewart. All right, welcome back. And let's give a shout out to our folks on the Facebook live stream. We have Sherry Hendrickson saying hello and good morning. We have Gabby Aguilera. That's my sweetheart. She's on. She's listening, like your daughter. Glenn, no problem. And Tom Viola, a good friend of mine, he's on. And Ayman Muhammad, he's on, saying hi, Brandon. And if you ever want to, see us live in the studio, go to the Now Academy fan page or Mike Driggers fan page, either one.
Brandon Hines
fan page, one of us, so you'll get the live stream. But if you're out of the area, and we want to welcome everybody. And welcome back our guest, Sean Stewart. How are you, my friend?
Yes. Grateful to be here.
Yes, I'm ready to hear a rap. Are
you ready?
You ready? I'm ready. Let's hear it, because that's your background, right? Tell us a little bit before you go in there. So what?
Yeah.
Because you made this transition. You discovered I got to put my authentic self into what I do. So what was that?
What was the moment?
Yeah, well,
When I made
not
that
the moment, but
transition?
you were like, what was your past?
Were you in a boy band?
Yeah, what was it?
Yeah. It was like NSYNC meets Christina Aguilera. No, just kidding. It was. I was a conscious spoken word poet and MC. So I always wrote lyrics that were inspiring, but I always wanted to write radio-friendly songs. So I was always finding that mixture between a song that is going to make people dance at a club, but is saying something that makes them transform or take steps to the next level in their life. So I was always about that. And I've been doing spoken word poetry slams years ago at the New Eurekan Cafe in New York, or the in Harlem at the National Black Theater, with just incredible responses. And so I kind of had this pedigree of killing it from the stage, and then I just put that into songs and music and started producing albums. Got on stages all the way from all around the U.S. and rocked out the Troubadour for the very first show in Los Angeles that I ever did. Had like 100 people there. So I've got a lot of experience in rocking stages.
That's awesome. And so now you put it into your transformational program. So let's hear some of that inspirational rapping / poetry. I'd love to hear a piece.
Awesome. Here we go. Every single day, he's trying to find a simpler way to get his life into the place where he could make a bigger play. So many days he's seen the light. Other times he felt the fright. Ups and downs, stuff is wild. He wonders, will he find his way? It never was an easy path following the dreams he had. But something called him onto this, said that he would find his bliss when he started listening to something that was deeper. He could feel the energy beneath his feet when the beat dropped. And each thought he thought became a new resource, a lyric he could plant inside a song when he freestyled. And each time he saw himself in his mind's eye, he's rocking out stadiums, not afraid of the spotlight. The time has come for all of us to paint a new vision. No more following the herd because it's safer to fit in. No more living life in fear in a shadow and hidden. It's time to rock your gift, rising up to your mission. Come on.
Yeah, I love it.
You heard it here on 18105 in the now.
Rock your gift. Come
Yeah,
on.
you know, when you're up there and you're in this moment where you're actually on stage for these people looking for coaches and looking to change in their life, when these kind of things come out, the real X factor of your life, people feel you, and they know your heart is there. They don't just look at you like this training expert. They actually get to see you for a moment. So that's awesome, man. Good job.
So true. Thank you so much.
That's great. So, you know, as you were talking about positioning, one of the things in the conversation that we had is, you know, your specialty is teaching high ticket sales. And you talk about like the sales 3.0, which is the next evolution of sales. So why don't you share what that is and what that's about?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think, you know, it's interesting because obviously sales has this long background of being this manipulative thing, and people know that, and you guys were talking about it earlier, nobody wants to be sold anymore, right? And what I found is we've got three evolutions of sales is the way I see it. We have the original kind of used car salesman thing, which I looked at as like you as the prospect or the client, you feel used at the end because you got basically strong arm to buy something you didn't want, right, through the manipulation tactics. Then came the second phase. And the second phase is what I call friend-based sales. And this grew out of the used car salesman thing. And it was like, you're supposed to give, and you're super nice and sweet. And it's just like so people-pleasing, really, at the end of the day, to the point where you actually gave so much as the salesperson that the prospect basically was full, got too much, they're overwhelmed, they don't buy, and you as the salesperson feel used because you gave your all and there's like, you know, no real return on that investment. And so, you know, that didn't work. So that was like swinging to the other extreme. And then we moved to Sales 3.0. And Sales 3.0 is where, you know, you are neither going to be pushy and you're not going to be the people pleaser, but you stand in that powerful place in the middle where you are empowering and, again, where you polarize, where you say the truth, where you're not afraid to say what it is that you really need to say to your prospect in order for them to get the transformation that they need. And at the same time, you don't create this over-giving thing where you're just give. You create a transformation that gets them to see what's possible for them and get them really connected to their why so that they like can feel that you understand them. And then you basically, you lean back and you watch them move forward to you to say, I want to know more. How can I learn about working with you? And you find this amazing space where it's really this very authentic place where, for instance, in my sales conversations, I don't even go into the sale until I've had a conversation with my prospect that says, basically, you know, I have criteria that I use to determine if I'm a match to work with somebody. And here's what I look for. And I might lay out a couple things. And I'll say, so I'm wondering for you, is this feeling like a fit to you? And I'm going to ask that question because I want to get out whether or not we're an energetic match before we talk about money. And since we have that conversation in advance of the money thing happening, basically we are not ever going to be in that place where we're pushy or we're trying to get someone to do something they don't want to do or something that's not a fit. There's a lot of other things I could share on it, but it's basically what I look at as the Neo mindset in sales, where like in the Matrix at the end, where he is basically so in the zone that he's seeing these bullets come at him and he's flicking them out of the sky like they're nothing because he's just so present. And basically in sales, you're so through the transformational process I teach, you're so present that objections don't scare you. Objections actually cause you to be like, objections are like those bullets. It's like, ha, ha, ha. so present that you can go inside and help your prospect to transform those objections from a place of authentically being this conduit for the right thing to happen, not for your agenda to happen. So again, I can go on and on, but that's some of what that next level of sales looks like.
Yes, I totally agree. I call it discovering a match.
Mm-hmm.
Finding out what clients you want to work with. There's plenty of people that want to work with you, but if they don't sit in that same category with you and you know you're not going to be successful with them, then you need to know that in the first interview.
Exactly.
Yeah, and if you're providing enough value in what you do, right, and you do a value stack, you know, people, it's an easier sell because they want to be with you. They're like, man, if you're going to give me this much information, how much more am I going to get if I work with you?
Yeah, because everyone knows the more time you have with one of us, the more you're going to get. So that brings me to the next thing. You got this Rock Your Gift, and you're going to be doing a live event. Do you want to go ahead and give a plug out for that right now?
Yeah, I would love to. So Rock Your Gift is really all about, like we talked about before, bringing your whole self into your business. It doesn't necessarily mean that you've got to have a creative talent. It could just be that you have a passion. You might have a passion for, you know, cooking or a passion for downhill skiing. You know what I mean? Like it's about bringing more of who you are into your marketing, into your business, sharing more authentically and creating a standout business. We're also going to be talking about how to create a blue ocean. So how do you innovate? How do you move beyond modeling your mentors and just being like a copy of everything you've seen before and generate the unique idea that you ultimately got into business for so that you can stand out? And it's also about, again, how do you create the packages, the pricing, and enroll high-ticket clients and basically build a very profitable business that stands out in the marketplace. And as well, you know, I'm going to be doing spoken word. The idea behind this event is the microcosm of what I'm trying to help people with. This is a hybrid between personal growth / business seminar and a conscious hip hop concert. It's what I always wanted to do. It's my own blue ocean concept. And basically we're gonna have people like Les Brown, who never agrees to speak. He's going to be speaking on first day. We've got amazing speakers. We've got an incredible group of performers. We're just going to be, if you're going to be immersed in an experience where transformation is just going to, you know, go through the roof. And that's basically the essence of Rock Your Gift.
So they can get tickets at rockyourgift.com.
That's correct.
And I noticed you have an early bird special here. So if you guys get in there and register early, you're going to get a huge discount on this course.
Yes, it's normally $2,000 for this ticket. Right now, it is available during this period for the super early bird at $197, and it actually comes with a bonus right now for the first 10 people. It's going to come with the companion program to the event, which is called the Raving Fan Formula. So for those of you listening, definitely jump on that super early bird if you feel inclined to, because you're going to get that bonus, which is also worth $3,000.
All right, so we got a few more minutes left before the break. So what else would you like to put out there a little bit just for the closing for our audience?
So one of the favorite questions I ask is, what should we have asked?
Well, you know, you guys asked amazing questions, and I think ultimately what I really want to stand for is the idea that the industry is changing, and you guys probably see it. There's a lot happening where people are getting jaded. A lot of the things that have worked in the past are not working as well. And I think that ultimately the reason is because of this copycat factor. What we're seeing is just this oversaturation of the sameness over and over again. And people are losing sight of what it is that really is the core thing that makes transformation industry and coaching so powerful. And that is when people share their unique gifts, when people can truly say the message that they're here for. Because, it isn't, it's so easy to get caught up in the business element of it. But my guess is that most of the people listening, and you guys included, it's about a movement. It's about, something you're meant to do to make a big difference in the world. And when you reconnect to that true thing that you're here for, what I find happens is that you get out of just talking about helping people make money and helping people with these sort of things. You get into talking about the thing that's really behind what it all is for you. Why you are so uniquely meant to do what you're here to do. And when you tap into that message, you're going to find that the reaction changes and you'll step out as a leader in this space, and you won't have the problems that are currently affecting the industry, because you're going to be one of the people that basically evolves to the next level. I mean, when anytime problems happen in industries, it's because there's a new evolution that's approaching. And I believe that the new evolution is to step out of modeling and trying to be the perfect student and step into going, you know what, if this template doesn't feel feel right to me, I'm going to break out in the song in the middle. Like, I'm going to do what feels like natural to me. And when you start trusting that gut, of course, you need training. Of course, mentorship is good. I'm not downplaying any of that. But entrepreneurs at a certain point need to move beyond modeling and innovating. And when you do that, you're going to become the next Gary Vaynerchuk. You're going to become the next Brendon Burchard. You're going to become the next thing, but it's going to be your own way.
Yeah, you're going to become the next you. You're going to become you,
Exactly.
and you're going to be praised for what you bring and the value that you bring. Outstanding show today, man. I loved having you on.
Yeah, Sean, thank you for jumping on and sharing your wisdom to rock your gift. We're going to go to commercial break, but this is Mike Driggers and Brandon Heights on 105.5 Money Talk and In the Now.
Welcome back, everyone. And I want to give it a little shout out to Journey again, because I know you're listening today, honey. Homesick. I hope you're feeling better. And I love you, my beautiful wife, Veronica. Thanks for always being the pillar behind me, holding me up, and always being there for me.
Woohoo! That was a great segment. I love that rap. That was pretty cool. That was powerful. I'm glad we got it on recording.
And you know what he's talking about there is kind of like when this shift in this, I mean, when I decided for the final moment when I was letting the marketing agency kind of evolve into where it went, and I was doing coaching and I decided I was going to go in, I truly stood behind myself and said, I will not be someone else.
Yeah.
I'm not going to teach somebody else's curriculum. I'm going to go out there and share what I have learned, share how many times I've fallen down and how I stood back up and what I learned from it. So one of my first courses that I came out with was Lessons Learned, where I came out vulnerable as hell and said, this is what I went through.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I used to stop doing that. And every year I've got to recheck myself and change those things. So this copycat factor, I mean, we teach in design it, what happens if you copy a millionaire? Well, that's fine to copy their sales funnel. That's fine to use some of the things you learned as tools in your belt, but you still have to come out with your authentic self.
Yeah, don't be a copy of them. Don't be.
I'm not going to go take Mike's course and then all of a sudden come out and be Mike on stage and everything that Mike does be him. I mean, it's hard to take some of those pieces out because you've learned some pieces that are really impactful, but make them your own. Yeah. Take the pieces that you learn from everything you've learned in life and adapt it to how you would express that. Yeah. And that's what design it's about. Yeah. Designing your business to gain your life.
And I don't be afraid to be you.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing. Be you. And you're going to attract people that want to be around you. You already have friends that want to be around you. You're going to just attract more. And the ones that don't, well, great. You filtered them.
Yeah, and there's this quote that Joel Osteen said one day on his show, where one of his writers came to him and said, hey, do you know so-and-so? And he's like, I don't think I do know who that is. And he goes, how could you not know who that is? It's one of your biggest critics. And he goes, well, why would I read any of his stuff?
Yeah, exactly. Who cares?
Yeah, I'm not paying attention to that. I want to talk to the people who enjoy me.
Yeah.
And one of my mentors told me right in the very beginning, you're going to get up there, and if you're your true, authentic self and you're not this copycat factor, there's going to be a certain percentage that love you.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a couple percentages that want to learn from you, but they're not all that enthused. They just need the knowledge that you're bringing to the table. But then there's going to be that 1 percentage group, that 10% or that 5% that don't want anything to do with you. They're like, man, that guy Brandon is crazy. There's no way I would join his course or work with him. He's crazy. He has way too much fun. He's laughing all the time.
But that guy Mike, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, that guy Mike, I like him a lot. So it's always good you team up too. Like, I mean, when I look at the stuff that he's saying to us is that these copycat factors and having Les Brown out there, there's a whole tradition thing going on, this transitional shift from the old school coaches, the brilliant minds that created this platform, and now opening up to these authentic, true people, the ones who are going to thrive to the next level, the ones that are going to follow in Tony's footsteps, follow in Zig Ziglar, Les Brown, all these big guys, are the ones that are taking what they've learned and adapting it to themselves and teaching these business owners what really works in life.
Yeah. I think that the biggest thing I got from that was that, for a long time, it took me a while to kind of discover what I wanted to teach. I was coming from a different industry. I came out of the direct sales industry, and I was wanting to be that speaker and coach. Like Jim Rohn's always been my favorite. And I started watching other people, and I had a hard time trying to figure out who I was going to be. And then that's when I had that epiphany moment where I said, you know what, I just got to be me. and not try to be this and this or these pieces of everybody else, and just go out and do what I need to do and say, hey, you're either going to love me or you're going to hate me. And that's okay, because it's a yin and yang. It's opposing forces. You can't have love without somebody not liking you. You can't have a raving fan without some troll. It's just part of it.
Yeah, what's that quote you say about the 5 people you hang out with?
You become the average of.
Yeah, so let's say that you go to all these mentors and you go to all these courses and you learn all this knowledge and you put out an average of it in your own format, you will be successful.
Yeah.
The people who are really successful, and one of my friends, John Lowe, told me this at a lunch meeting one day. He was talking to a group and he said, the people who take the tools they've learned and then put it into a business factor and teach that in their own format, those are the ones that are loved by the public and become really successful. And I started thinking about that. He's right. You take the knowledge that you've learned and you leverage it in your own way, because that's what knowledge is, right? It's knowing something, then leveraging it.
Yeah.
So you take what you've learned from your mentors and then you teach it in your own way and how you think it's going to come across to your clients. Because the thing I got, and this is where I thrive and design it, is connecting with the why.
Right.
Because the how is always going to take place once the why is established.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Once you've decided and know the why and decided to take action, the how always gets figured out.
Yeah, it's like an affirmation. You're putting it out there. Your subconscious mind now knows this is a goal. It's communicating with your conscious mind saying, I want this. Let's go get it.
Yep, you're putting the vibes out there, and it starts attracting the things or people to make it happen.
And that's what the whole foundation of Design It was set up for. So I know you guys know, we have a course coming up this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so we're pushing it really hard this week. But basically, go to designitcourse.com. That's designitcourse.com. Grab the last tickets that are available for this event, because tonight at midnight, the tickets are gone. So use the Design It promo, DesignIt105, and get your ticket for free. And join us this weekend to design that foundation for your business to gain more of your life and increase your revenue, increase your presence, and really start sharing your why with your customers.
Yeah, by the way, that ticket includes a guest, so it's you and a guest.
Yeah.
So, you can register both of you, or one, and then let the Now Academy know that you have a guest coming and who they are. So either way, but that includes that's a $6,000 value right there that we're giving away for free for you and a guest. So come and join us. We would love to have you and hang out with you and get to know some of our fans out there that from the radio show and just other businesses. And look, you get this intimate masterminding with us for 3 days where we're going to focus on what you need to get your business to the next level.
Yeah, and that's right here in Roseville off East Roseville Parkway. So it's all listed on the designitcourse.com. It's this 9th, 10th, and 11th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. Full impact of value teaching, and basically going back to what we're talking here. I mean, the one thing you said is amplify their X factor.
Yeah.
So when we're in this course with you, we're actually taking what you want and amplifying it.
Yeah.
We're not teaching you how other businesses do it. We're showing you that format, but we're also building the curriculum based off what you need for your life.
Yeah, I mean, we're literally taking your business and showing you what to do and how to do it and where to go to get it done. And so even, as you walk away, you'll have a plan of action.
The playbook.
A playbook to launch your business to the next level. So I always love this event because, again, like I said, the transformation, people just get blown away. Like, wow. This is so simple.
Yeah, it's a hardcore marketing boot camp where we're really setting some mindset into place and teaching you the mentorship tactics that we use to grow businesses. This is what I use for every business that I own. I have never not used this format, and the only thing you need to do in there is play full out. You come there, you have fun. We have fun through the weekend. We get an hour and a half lunch break each day, and we go for it. We have fun. We play full out. We want you to learn as much as possible. That's why these free tickets are so valuable for you.
Yeah, we're creating a ripple effect, because if we help this person, think about how many lives we can help from there that they touch, right? And learn more about us as we get out there. So, man, I love this topic, amplify your X factor, just because it's a topic that we teach. Yeah. With the Instant Authority now. And in today's world, you really have to start positioning yourself. There's sites now where they have social influencers. And if you're a social influencer, meaning you've got 20,000, 30,000 followers in any social platform or any of those, you could belong to these sites, and people come there to pay these social influencers, offer them to a certain amount of money. You throw it out what you want if they'll promote your product, and you have to send them the product. They look at it, but it's becoming more and more popular. And so being a social influencer, not just for that purpose, but the point is that when they call it social influencers, because they're constantly in the social media, they're constantly creating value and out there, and your customer base, when they see you and they're constantly hearing from you, that tribe, as you said, starts to feel your vibe, and they really love what you do, and they want more, and they want to work with you. And so I think in today's world, that's amplifying your X factor is critical.
Absolutely. Whatever it is your gift is. And I mean, I tell you, I've had people come through that wanted to start a yarn club.
Yeah.
I've had people come through that are going to start basically a board game business where you come and you book time. So it's no small business, no large business that ain't going to benefit from Design It. So thank you guys all for being on the show. Thank you for the social media you guys have done, the influence that you've drugged through all these social media platforms for us, the comments, everything. We love it. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you this weekend. My name is Mike Driggers.
I'm Brandon Heinz.
And we're here on In the Now on Money Talk 105.5 FM. We'll see you next week.